You are listening to The Vocal Technologist. Spoken Tech for your ears.
Welcome back, everyone. It is Tech Tuesday, maybe here on The Vocal Technologist, maybe not, and we are diving right into DevOps today. It just moves so fast, doesn't it? Feels like you blink and there's something new.
Oh, absolutely. It's kind of relentless. But, keeping on top of it isn't just about knowing the new tools. It's really understanding what actually makes systems work better, more reliably.
Right.
So today, we're trying to cut through some of that noise, yeah. Focus on what's genuinely impactful from the latest stuff.
Perfect. Let's kick things off with something that honestly sounds a bit like science fiction, but it's happening now. Conversational infrastructure management.
Yeah, basically talking to your systems.
Exactly. Imagine just asking your infrastructure what's going on.
It's a huge shift. Look at Gremlin, for example. Their MCP server. It uses large language models, LLMs, so you can ask it about reliability data in plain English.
Just ask it questions.
Yeah, like, show me failure rates for service X this week, or even, help build dynamic dashboards. It finds the insights for you. No more complex query languages for basic stuff. Their CTO, Sam Rossoff, even did a live session showing how they built it. It's aimed at making this kind of thing secure and usable at scale. Really lowers the barrier to entry for reliability work.
And it's not just them, right? I saw DigitalOcean is doing something similar with their own MCP server.
That's right. You can manage cloud resources, things like databases, droplets across, I think, 9 of their services.
Oh.
Just by, asking an AI assistant. Using tools people might already know, like Cursor or maybe Claude.
Okay, so we're moving past the point where everyone needs to be a command line expert just to manage basic resources. My fingers might actually thank me for that.
Yeah, probably. But look, the really important thing here, it isn't just that it's, a cool tech demo.
Right.
It's about genuinely simplifying really complex tasks, getting insights faster. And it makes managing infrastructure accessible to, more people on the team, not just the deep specialists.
Okay, that makes sense. Democratizing it a bit.
Exactly. But, there's also a question there, isn't there? If we make the interface too simple, do we risk losing that deeper understanding of what's actually happening underneath?
That's a really good point. A new kind of black box, maybe? Something to watch?
Yeah, it's a balance.
Okay, so AI is helping us talk to our systems. But what about the tools we already use for automation? Infrastructure as code, IAC. It promises so much automation.
Yeah.
But sometimes, honestly, it feels like it creates its own friction. It can really disrupt a developer's flow, can it?
Yeah, you've hit on what some people call the ISC paradox.
Yeah.
It's supposed to speed things up, but then
Then the checks fail.
right. The security checks, the compliance rules, they only run right at the end of the pipeline.
And then everything stops.
Exactly. And the developer, who is deep in coding something creative, suddenly gets pulled out to fix some policy issue they maybe didn't even know about. It's frustrating.
So what's the answer?
Well, the thinking now is you need to bake safety into the flow, make the governance part of the process, but invisibly.
Invisible governance?
Sort of.
Yeah.
It should guide the developer proactively within their tools, rather than just being a gatekeeper that slams shut right at the end. Less of a hurdle, more like guardrails.
Okay, I like that. Making security and compliance an enabler, not just a blocker. That sounds way better for keeping developers moving and probably for catching issues earlier, too.
Definitely. It's about momentum and proactive security.
And speaking of making things run smoother, what about some concrete examples of smart efficiencies? Anything new catching your eye?
Yeah, actually, GKE Auto IPAM is a neat one. Google Kubernetes Engine now has this automated IP address management.
So it just handles IP addresses for you?
Pretty much. It allocates and deallocates IPs within your Kubernetes clusters automatically. For GKE version 1.33 or higher, I believe.
Was the big win there?
It stops you running out of IP addresses, which can be a real pain. Improves scalability, makes things more reliable, and just cuts down on the admin work nobody really loves doing.
Right. Another example of the system handling the boring stuff.
Exactly. So engineers can focus elsewhere.
These automations are great, but they also kind of underline how important it is for all these different systems and services to talk to each other effectively.
Absolutely.
Which inevitably brings us to API design. Kind of the glue holding everything together.
It really is foundational. And the interesting thing about good API design?
What's that?
Often, the best APIs are the most boring ones.
Boring. That doesn't sound very exciting.
Well, maybe not exciting, but effective. Boring in the sense that they're easy to understand, predictable, familiar, they don't surprise you in bad ways, and crucially, they don't break things for the people using them when you update the API.
Ah, okay. Predictability over novelty.
Precisely. It's about safe evolution. Things like using idempotency. So if a call fails and you retry, it doesn't accidentally do the action twice.
Right. That's crucial.
And rate limits, pagination, to protect the system from getting overloaded. Making new fields optional so you don't force everyone to update immediately. It's all about stability and usability.
So product value, how useful it is, trumps just having a clever or elegant API design.
Absolutely. An elegant API is nice, but if it's hard to use or breaks easily, what's the point? The real value is in what it lets people do.
That makes total sense. Build solid, predictable interfaces so we can build reliable, scalable systems on top.
That's the goal. And if you kind of tie all this together, the AI, the better IAC flow, the solid APIs.
Yeah.
As our systems get smarter, more automated, the real insight, maybe the aha moment, is that the human, side-clear communication, smooth workflows, focusing on the developer experience, that actually becomes more important, not less.
That's a great way to put it. So we've covered a lot today, from AI learning to speak infrastructure to fixing that IAC friction and getting back to basics with solid API design.
It's all interconnected, really.
Indeed. Well, thanks everyone for tuning in. Hopefully you can take some of these ideas and think about how they might apply to your own work. And here's something to chew on. With AI now talking to our infrastructure, what's the next language we need to teach our systems to really unlock the next level in DevOps?
Spoken Tech for your ears.